What does it take for a country to keep the rest of the world terrified without firing a single shot? The answer lies buried in underground silos, patrolling beneath the oceans, and flying invisible through enemy skies. The United States possesses the 12 most devastating weapons ever created by humanity. An arsenal that can erase entire countries in minutes. From the missile that intercepts hypersonic projectiles to the bomb 80 times more powerful than Hiroshima. From the invincible fighter to the submarine that can wipe out 200 cities. These are the 12 weapons that make the United States the most feared force on the planet. And if you think you know the true extent of American power, you haven't seen anything yet. Let's start with something that could save your life without you even knowing it. Picture this. You're a ballistic missile screaming through the atmosphere at 5 times the speed of sound, plummeting from the stratosphere towards your target. Your trajectory? Calculated to millimeter precision. Your explosive warhead? Capable of leveling entire city blocks. And then, in a heartbeat, something intercepts you at 60,000 feet and vaporizes you completely. You've just met the M104 Patriot. From the burning sands of Kuwait to the war-torn skies over Ukraine, the Patriot has proven itself as the world's most reliable missile-killing machine. When Iraqi Scuds threatened Israel during the Gulf War, Patriots stopped them cold. When terrorists tried to rain ballistic death on Saudi Arabia, Patriots turned their missiles into scrap metal. But the ultimate test came in May 2023, when a Ukrainian Patriot pulled off something experts called virtually impossible, destroying a Russian hypersonic Kinjal missile over Kiev. This wasn't just any missile. This beast travels at 10 times the speed of sound and was supposedly unstoppable. Yet a system designed in the 80s just proved the impossible was routine. Every Patriot battery is a mobile fortress of destruction. Its phased array radar tracks over 50 targets simultaneously while guiding multiple interceptors to their prey. The PAC-3 missiles don't mess around with proximity kills. They slam directly into their targets, obliterating them with pure kinetic fury. Each Patriot missile costs over $4 million. But when you're protecting human lives or critical infrastructure, no price tag is too steep. Patriots stand guard in more than 18 allied nations, weaving a global web of protection that makes missile attacks a gambler's nightmare. Yet the Patriot is merely the gatekeeper. Because what happens when something breaks through that first line of defense? That's when things get truly medieval. But wait, you probably don't know about the nocturnal predator that has haunted enemy fighters for decades. In military circles, they call it the Angel of Death. Survivors speak in hushed tones about a ghostly presence materializing from darkness, circling their positions like a starving vulture. The AC-130 Spectre isn't just an aircraft, it's a flying artillery battery that redefined close air support forever. Where passenger windows once were, you'll find a battery of devastation. A 105mm howitzer, the same cannon that arms a main battle tank mounted inside a flying platform. Add 25mm chain guns to the mix, and you've got a weapon that can shred everything from individual soldiers to armored vehicles. The Spectre flies perfect circles around its prey, keeping those guns pointed straight down like the finger of death itself. During Afghanistan operations, a single AC-130 held hundreds of Taliban fighters prisoner in their own positions for hours on end. AC-130 crews don't just fly missions, they conduct symphonies of destruction from 30,000 feet. But as devastating as this airborne reaper proves to be, it's nothing compared to the steel titans that rule terrestrial battlefields. Speaking of domination, here's a stat that'll blow your mind. In 40 years of combat, not one M1 Abrams has ever been destroyed in tank versus tank warfare. 40 years. 0 defeats. The Abrams isn't just armor on tracks, it's a declaration that American steel reigns supreme. Its depleted uranium armor stops projectiles that would slice through any other tank like tissue paper. That 120mm main gun? It vaporizes targets beyond 2 kilometers with surgical precision. While other tanks store ammunition next to their crews like ticking time bombs, the Abrams keeps its shells in separate compartments with blowout panels that channel explosions safely away. During the Iraq invasion, Abrams crews faced multiple Iraqi T-72s head-on. Final score: 7 enemy tanks annihilated, 0 American casualties. But for all its battlefield supremacy, the Abrams faces one limitation: geography. To project power beyond borders, America needs something more flexible, something that can reach any target regardless of where it hides. You can't imagine what a thinking missile can accomplish. It's midnight somewhere on Earth. A dictator sleeps soundly, believing his fortified bunker makes him untouchable. Thousands of miles away, a submarine receives new orders. Moments later, the ocean's surface erupts in fire and thunder. The Tomahawk has just begun its mission of vengeance. What makes the Tomahawk absolutely lethal is its brain. While screaming toward its target, it constantly compares terrain features with digital maps burned into its memory. Drift off course? It corrects automatically. Hit an obstacle? It navigates around it like a smart ghost. During shock and awe in Iraq, 802 Tomahawks opened the war. Within minutes, radar installations and command centers simply vanished from existence. Yet there are moments when Tomahawk subtlety isn't enough. Sometimes, America needs absolute air superiority, total domination of the skies themselves. For those moments, the United States unleashes its apex predator. You might wonder what justifies spending $240 billion on a single weapons program. It's the most expensive military project in human history. Meet the F-35 Lightning II. The F-35 isn't just another fighter jet. It's a revolution that rewrote the rules of 21st century air warfare. While other aircraft serve single roles, the Lightning II transforms itself. Air superiority, fighter at dawn, precision bomber at noon, surveillance platform at midnight. What sets the F-35 apart is sensor fusion technology that borders on telepathy. Pilots don't just see what's ahead, they perceive everything within hundreds of kilometers, like having X-ray vision combined with battlefield precognition. But here's the game changer: instant information sharing. When one F-35 detects a threat, every Allied aircraft in the area knows about it immediately. It's like giving an entire air force a shared nervous system. Israel pioneered F-35 combat operations, with results so devastating that mission details remain classified to this day. America plans to field 2,456 F-35s, making this fighter the backbone of American air power for the next 5 decades. But advanced as the Lightning II proves to be, there's another fighter in the American stable that remains unmatched in pure air-to-air combat. When we talk about aerial supremacy, one statistic defies all logic. In training exercises, the F-22 Raptor has achieved kill ratios that sound like video game fiction. 144 victories for every single loss. That's not a typo. The F-22 doesn't fly. It dances through the sky with physics-defying grace. Its vectored thrust nozzles enable maneuvers literally impossible for any other fighter. It can stop mid-flight, reverse direction instantly, and accelerate at angles that would tear apart lesser aircraft. The Raptor's true magic lies in its stealth capabilities. Those angular surfaces make it practically invisible to enemy radar. In air combat, where detection equals death, the F-22 becomes an armed phantom. It spots enemies before they know it exists, eliminates them from ranges where they can't retaliate, then vanishes before they realize what murdered them. During a 2017 mission over Syria, an F-22 erased a Syrian Su-22 threatening Allied forces. The Syrian pilot never knew a Raptor prowled nearby until his aircraft started disintegrating around him. Only 187 operational F-22s were ever built before production ended. Each costs over $150 million. America has never exported a single Raptor. It's too advanced to risk falling into foreign hands. Yet, lethal as the F-22 proves in air combat, some missions demand more than superiority. Some targets hide so deep, defend themselves so well, that they require an entirely different breed of predator. You probably can't fathom how much technological perfection costs. $2.2 billion. That's the price tag for one B-2 Spirit, making it the most expensive object humanity has ever constructed. Only 20 of these machines exist worldwide, and America owns every single one. The B-2 Spirit isn't just a bomber, it's a declaration that nowhere on Earth lies beyond American reach. Its flying wing design represents a stealth engineering masterpiece that renders it nearly invisible to radar, infrared sensors, and acoustic detection. When a B-2 penetrates enemy airspace, it's like an 18-ton Phantom carrying enough firepower to level cities passes through their defenses undetected. The ultimate validation came during Kosovo in 1999. Multiple Spirits launched from Missouri, flew 30 hours to Yugoslavia, obliterated targets with surgical precision, and returned home without Serbian defenses ever knowing they'd been there. They were attacked by ghosts. Each B-2 carries 40,000 pounds of death. It can deploy 80 precision-guided bombs for surgical strikes, or 16 B-83 nuclear weapons for absolute annihilation. Its intercontinental range means it can hit any target on the planet with just one mid-air refueling. During Iraq's opening hours, B-2s eliminated the regime's most critical command centers, effectively decapitating Iraqi resistance before the war officially began. But impressive as the B-2's power projection capabilities are, there are platforms in America's arsenal that can transport entire cities' worth of firepower to any ocean on Earth. You probably can't visualize what a floating airbase truly means. Picture a complete military airfield, runways, hangars, control towers, weapons depots, and fuel supplies for months of operations. Now imagine this entire facility can cruise across oceans at 50 kilometers per hour, parking itself off any nation's coastline. You've just envisioned a Gerald R. Ford-class supercarrier. The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't merely the largest warship ever built. It's a floating declaration of American naval supremacy. At 337 meters long and displacing 100,000 tons, this Leviathan dwarfs many small cities. But the Ford's true power lies in its air wing. 85 cutting-edge combat aircraft operate from its decks. F/A-18 Super Hornets, F-35C Lightning IIs, E-2D Hawkeye early warning aircraft, and MH-60 helicopters. It's essentially a complete air force that deploys wherever there's enough water. The Ford's electromagnetic catapults represent revolutionary technology. While previous carriers used steam power, the Ford employs magnetic fields enabling smoother, faster aircraft launches. It can catapult one aircraft every 30 seconds during sustained operations, creating a launch tempo that overwhelms any defense. America operates 11 supercarriers, more than the rest of the world combined. It can maintain crushing naval presence across multiple oceans simultaneously, projecting American power to any coastline on the planet. Yet, impressive as the Ford's ocean dominance proves, deep in American underground silos lurk weapons that can reach any planetary target within minutes. Now we reach the weapons that truly define American power. You might not comprehend what it means to have 600 meters below ground, scattered across Montana's, Wyoming's, and North Dakota's vast prairies, 400 missiles waiting in absolute silence. Each represents a promise of destruction deliverable within 30 minutes, regardless of distance to target. The AGM-130 Minuteman III isn't just a missile, it's the physical manifestation of mutually assured destruction doctrine that has preserved nuclear peace for over 5 decades. Picture an 18-meter projectile capable of 23,000 kilometers per hour, reaching any global target within 30 minutes. Its 475 kiloton nuclear warhead packs 30 times the destructive power of Hiroshima's bomb. One Minuteman III can erase an entire city. But what makes the Minuteman truly terrifying isn't individual destructive capacity. It's integration into a system making surprise nuclear attacks against America impossible. Each missile connects to command networks that detect incoming attacks and respond before enemy warheads touch American soil. Officers operating these weapons work 24-hour shifts in underground bunkers, each equipped with dual launch keys requiring simultaneous activation. It's a system designed preventing accidental launches while guaranteeing immediate response when necessary. During the Cold War, Minuteman III served as the deterrent preventing global nuclear holocaust. Their mere existence sent unmistakable messages to the Soviet Union. Any nuclear attack on America would result in the aggressor's total annihilation. America conducts regular Minuteman III tests, launching practice missiles from California toward Pacific targets, demonstrating perfect system functionality. These aren't just technical exercises, They're reminders broadcast to any nation contemplating nuclear world order challenges. But if Minuteman IIIs represent land-based nuclear deterrence, another weapon operates from oceanic depths where no enemy can locate or destroy it. Here's where things become genuinely terrifying. Somewhere beneath Pacific waters, an Ohio-class nuclear submarine patrols in absolute silence. Aboard, 24 Trident II D5 missiles wait, each capable of carrying up to 12 independent nuclear warheads. With one submarine, America can obliterate up to 288 enemy cities. The Trident II D5 represents submarine nuclear warfare's ultimate evolution. Absolute destructive power from undetectable platforms. Each missile measures 13.5 meters, weighing 59 tons at launch. Emerging from oceanic depths, its engines accelerate it beyond Mach 20. Within 30 minutes, its multiple warheads can rain down on targets hundreds of kilometers apart. What makes Trident missiles absolutely lethal isn't just speed or destructive power. It's precision. With 90-meter accuracy, each warhead impacts within football field-sized areas after traveling 12,000 kilometers. Like throwing a baseball from New York and hitting a specific Tokyo window, 14 Ohio-class submarines carrying Trident IIs form America's nuclear deterrence backbone. Each can remain submerged 3 months, patrolling oceans where enemies cannot find them. It's the ultimate second strike guarantee. Even if America were destroyed, submarines could surface to execute apocalyptic revenge. Yet devastating as Trident II power proves, one weapon in America's arsenal surpasses everything in terms of pure destructive capacity. But wait, what comes next might forever change your understanding of destructive power. In America's most secure storage facilities, 650 bombs wait silently. Each weighs little more than a ton, yet contains enough power to erase Manhattan completely. The B-83 isn't just America's most powerful bomb, it's the most destructive weapon deployed by any Earth nation. 1 megaton, 200 kilotons. That's the B-83's explosive yield, equivalent to 80 Hiroshima bombs. To visualize this energy, imagine New York's monthly electrical consumption released in milliseconds. When a B-83 detonates, the sequence becomes apocalyptic. First, a plasma sphere hotter than the sun's core expands at supersonic speeds. Then, shock waves, leveling concrete buildings, propagate across tens of kilometers. Finally, radiation kills every living thing across areas larger than major cities. In 2022, America allocated $99 million extending B-83 service life. It was a silent declaration. While existential threats to America exist, the B-83 will exist as ultimate response. But even the B-83, despite its devastating power, represents previous century technology. In classified laboratories and secret development centers, America forges weapons, making today's arsenals seem primitive. Now let me reveal something transcending everything we've discussed. In an ultra-classified Nevada desert facility, something defying imagination just completed its maiden test flight. The B-21 Raider, the most advanced bomber ever conceived, represents such dramatic generational advancement that capability details remain classified years after its unveiling. But the B-21 marks just the beginning of an armament revolution redefining 21st century warfare. Imagine missiles traveling 17 times the speed of sound, maneuvering unpredictably while approaching targets. American hypersonic Dark Eagle missiles reach any planetary location in minutes, not hours. They're so fast that current defenses prove useless. By the time radar detects them, they've already struck. In another laboratory, 300 kilowatt lasers are being perfected to destroy enemy missiles at light speed. Picture beams instantly melting metal, fired for fractions of traditional missile costs. Early versions are already being installed aboard American destroyers. Perhaps the most revolutionary innovation involves 6th-generation fighters accompanied by autonomous drone swarms. The NGAD program creates systems where human pilots command multiple intelligent drones, multiplying mission effectiveness by factors defying traditional calculation. Across the oceans, electromagnetic railguns undergo testing to launch projectiles at hypersonic velocities without explosives, using pure kinetic energy for target destruction. Single railgun shots penetrate meters of armor while traveling hundreds of kilometers. These aren't science fiction fantasies. They're developmental realities deploying before this decade ends. America invests hundreds of billions ensuring its military dominance not only continues, but expands exponentially. After touring the most devastating arsenal ever assembled, we reach inevitable reflection. From defense systems stopping hypersonic missiles to bombs, erasing entire cities, from invisible fighters to nuclear submarines patrolling in deadly silence, we've witnessed American military power's complete scope. These 12 weapons transcend advanced technology. They're the materialization of a philosophy-defining world order for decades: absolute military supremacy as peace's guarantor. In a world where threats constantly evolve, America has chosen maintaining technological advantage at any cost. As long as this supremacy continues, it remains the planet's sole true superpower. Today's arsenal exploration sends declarations to all nations. Challenging the United States isn't merely risky, it's potentially suicidal.